Hi everyone, it's Mrs. McInnes here. Today's lesson is going to be looking at calculating time intervals, and we're going to be looking more at questions that involve 24-hour time. So our learning intention is the same as the previous lesson, where we are calculating a time interval. To be able to achieve that goal in this lesson, we need to be able to convert between 12 and 24-hour time and really be confident in reading times in both 12 and 24-hour time. We need to, of course, remember that 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, and we need to be able to, if it helps, use a timeline to calculate a time interval. Obviously, some of you might not like the timeline method. That's fine, as long as you're managing to complete the questions. I don't mind how you're actually sort of thinking about these questions. So I'm going to do a few examples with you, and these questions are going to be in 24-hour time today. So the first example here, we have calculate the time interval between 16:35 and 19:45. Okay, so I would first of all hope that you could tell me what times they are in 12-hour time. And if you would prefer to work in 12-hour time, you can change these to 12-hour clock and then do your timeline. If you're happy to stay in 24-hour clock, then that's obviously great. So same sort of method as I was showing you in the last lesson. We have 16:35 as a start time. And we're going to actually just count up to the next whole hour. Okay, so 16:35 is 4:35 in the afternoon, 4:35 p.m. So the next nearest hour would be 5 o'clock, so it would be 1700. Okay, so 16:35, the next whole hour would be 1700. So we want to say, well, how many minutes is that between 16:35 and 1700? So that would be 25 minutes. Okay. We then want to go from 1700, 5 o'clock, up to the hour of the time that we're trying to get to. So the time we're trying to get to is 19:45. So that's 7:45, 7:45 at night. So we'll go ahead and count up to 1900 hours. Okay, 7 o'clock. So 1700 hours to 1900 hours. So 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's 2 hours. And then from 1900 to our finish time of 1945. So 1900 to 1945, that's obviously 45 minutes. Okay, so now we need to work out our total time. So we have 2 hours, we have our 25 minutes, and our 45 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and add all these together. So 25 minutes and 45 minutes. So if you're doing that in your head, you could do your 20 and your 40 for 60, and then the 2 5s would be 70 minutes, okay? Now, we would never say it takes 2 hours, 70 minutes to do something. What we would do is we'd take that 70 minutes and we would say, well, that's 1 full hour and then 10 minutes left over. So we would then rewrite this as 2 hours plus this 1 hour 10, so 3 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, remember I've said previously you can choose how you want to break up the times. If you wanted to do 16:35 up to 16:40 and then up to 1700, however you want to do it is absolutely fine, okay? So next example, we have another set of 24-hour times. We have calculate the time interval between 09:41 and 12:27. So 9:41 in the morning and 12:27 in the afternoon, so just after lunchtime. So we're going to go around this the same way. These numbers are just a wee bit more tricky. So 09:41, 9:41 a.m. We're going to go ahead and go up to the nearest hour, the next hour. So 9:41, the nearest hour would be 10 in the morning. So how many minutes is it from 9:41 up till 10 o'clock in the morning? If you added on your 9 minutes, that would take you to 9:50, and then it's another 10 minutes up to 10 o'clock. So it's 19 minutes here. We're then trying to get up to the hours of our finish time. So that would be up to 1200 hours, which is lunchtime. So obviously that there's 2 hours. And then up to our finishing end time is 12:27. So that's obviously 27 minutes. So we're now going to go ahead and add these 3 pieces of time all together to get our total. So we have our 2 hours. Okay, and then we need to add on our 19 and our 27. So if you can't do that in your head, you can just go to the side and do a little adding sum like that, okay? 9 and 7 would be 16, 1, 2, 3 and 4, so 46 minutes. Okay. Again, if you want to break that up into smaller chunks, you can do that. However you want to think about breaking this up into pieces is absolutely fine. So the last example I want to do with you is just more of an applying type of question. So here we have a bus timetable. And we've got 5 stops that this bus is going to make and the times that the bus arrives at those stops. So your first question says, how long does it take to go from North Street to Main Street? So if we look at the times between those 2 stops, we've got 9:18 and then 9:25. So obviously we just need to count how many minutes it takes to travel from North Street to Main Street. So the difference between those times. Okay, so 9:18 up to 9:25, you could just count on the minutes. Okay, so between those 2 times, we have a time of 7 minutes. Okay. For question B, we have how long does it take to go from Sunnyside to Isla Avenue? So that is the full journey this bus is making. So 9:12 to 9:34. So we're just going to work out the difference in time between those 2 times. So 9:12 to 9:34, that would be 22 minutes. Okay. Last question says, if the bus left North Street at 10:20, when would it arrive at Fenton Drive? So we don't have 10:20 on this bus timetable, but these times between the stops will always be consistent. So if we work out how long it takes to go from North Street to Fenton Drive, we can work out how long that bus would take if it left at 10:20. So from North Street to Fenton Drive, we have a time of 9:18 to 9:29. Okay, so that's 11 minutes between those 2 stops. So we could write that down first, 11 minutes. And then if the bus leaves at 10:20, what you would be doing is 10:20 plus 11 minutes. So that would be 10:31. Okay. So some of the questions you're going to be doing today are like this one, where you're applying your skills to a more worded question. Some of the questions you'll be doing are just your basic, what is the time interval between these 2 times. So what I would like you to do from the booklet that I'm going to post on the Teams page is go to page 2 of that booklet, and we're going to do the first column of question 2, so just that first vertical column of question 2, and then question 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, I will be on a live call on the Teams page during our lesson time. If you have any questions, you can jump on and turn your microphone on and ask me any questions, or you can just comment on the Teams page itself. All right, if you have any questions, please do let me know, and I will speak to you all on the Teams page. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.